Yes. All right. So I actually had a talk on this last year. It was a bit longer, but I got some questions on updates on this, so I jumped in for a quick lightning talk as well. So learning Python through MUDs and Avandia. First, a little bit quick show of hands. Who here knows what a MUD is? Okay, cool. So a MUD is a multi-user dungeon. This is the stuff before World of Warcraft or graphical nonsense. So it's an online text-based multiplayer game, basically a text-based MMORPG. And you have an example of a use case here. You use Look, you're in the library, a tall man is here, and the tall man would be another player, supposedly. The tall man says hi to you, and you act aggressively against him. So this is one possible scenario. Now, why would you be interested in creating a MUD in 2019? I mean, this is clearly a old technology, to say the least. There is plenty of graphics out there in the world. Well, first of all, I would say, and also to stick with the theme of this talk, is that it's an excellent learning project if you want to learn Python. You have a lot of people coming to this Avandia, which I'm going to talk about, and which are simply completely newbies, either on Python or even in programming in general. So people learn in different ways, and some just really like to have some sort of project to work on. It's also really, really resource cheap to do text, right? I mean, you don't have to do graphics, you don't have to do no 3D modeling or do anything like that. You write text. It's actually possible to be competitive. If you don't know it, it's actually a whole world of even commercial text-based role-playing games out there. And even a single person in the basement can literally do this and be producing something actually quite competitive today. And it's fun. It's an easy, fun project to take on, even though I would not say it's simple, but it always takes work to do any multiplayer online game. So Avandia itself is a Python MUD creation framework. It's open source, BSD licensed, and it's both the server. It has a web server part of it, and you can play the game in a web client, HTML5 web client, and it's basically a library that you use and run and create your own game. And I never really, and it's on GitHub. And I didn't actually think too much about this, but now that people have talked about stars and stuff, I realized that we're actually beating MatMat and Pi, other stuff here, PyMacaron as well, in the number of stars. So, but I gave you guys a star, so you can try to catch up to us. Avandia, and this is an improvement, an update from last year. It's now Python 3.7. Requires Python 3.7. And it has extensive documentation and lots of code comments. And this is actually something I personally had a lot of fun with and helped me a lot in order to improve my own coding skills, because I have to write a code for other people to learn and to use. It's very educational. It has a very active community. Willing to get and give help, and there's a lot of contributors to this project. It basically has a bunch of building pieces. Twisted is used for the event loop. Asyncio, this is, of course, we started making this before Python itself had Asyncio. We'll see what happens with that in the future. And it's using Django for the database ORM and also for serving the website against the same database. And that's it. See if you have any questions and so on. I'm going to take them. I think I have a minute or so. Otherwise, you can check out the website and check it out on GitHub if you're interested to check it out and try and play yourself or contribute. That's it.
Yeah. Thanks.